In this video, we'll show you how to integrate AWS with ThousandEyes Cloud Insights for network inventory, topology, and traffic flow monitoring. Before we start, make sure you have administrator access to both ThousandEyes and AWS, including permissions to configure IAM roles and flow log settings. Cloud Insights requires 2 integrations for each AWS account. Inventory monitoring is used to discover cloud resources, track changes, and enrich flow logs with resource-level detail. Flow log monitoring takes your VPC and Transit Gateway flow logs and turns them into actionable traffic visibility. In ThousandEyes, go to Manage, then Integrations, and click New Integration. Select Amazon Web Services from the list. On this page, you'll see the required policies for both inventory and flow log monitoring in JSON format. Be sure to copy these policies, as you'll need them to complete the integration. Let's set up inventory monitoring. Switch to AWS. In the IAM console, create a new policy. Paste the inventory policy JSON from ThousandEyes. Next, create an IAM role. Select Custom Trust Policy as the role type. Copy the trust policy JSON for inventory monitoring from ThousandEyes and paste it here. Attach the permission policy you just created and complete the role creation. Back on the ThousandEyes integrations page, click New Integration and select Amazon Web Services. Enter a unique name and select Inventory Monitoring under ThousandEyes Supported Services. Paste the IAM role's Amazon Resource Name, ARN, into the Account Resource Name field. Click Test to validate, then save. The integration will transition from pending to connected once inventory data is discovered. You can then view all discovered AWS resources in the Cloud Insights inventory. Right after connecting, you'll see a big jump in resource count. This is expected during service onboarding. Now let's enable flow monitoring to process VPC and Transit Gateway flow logs in ThousandEyes. You'll need an IAM role, VPC flow logs published to S3, S3 event notifications routed to an SNS topic, and ThousandEyes subscribed to that SNS topic. In the Amazon S3 console, create a new bucket in the region where flow logs will be generated. Now in the VPC console, select a VPC or Transit Gateway and create a flow log. Set the filter to all, destination to your S3 bucket, and log format to custom. Ensure all mandatory fields are included as shown on screen. Repeat for each VPC or Transit Gateway you want to monitor. If you have existing flow logs, make sure the format includes all the required fields. The configuration can't be modified after creation. In the IAM console, create a new policy using the permission policy JSON for flow logs monitoring from ThousandEyes, replacing the placeholder with your S3 bucket ARNs. Create an IAM role using the trust policy for flow logs monitoring from ThousandEyes and attach the flow logs permission policy. In the Amazon SNS console, create a standard topic. Update the topic's access policy using ThousandEyes generated policy, replacing each placeholder with your SNS topic's Amazon resource name, your AWS account ID, and your S3 bucket's resource name. In the S3 console, select your flow logs bucket. Under Properties, create an event notification for all object create events, with your SNS topic as the destination. In ThousandEyes, create a new AWS integration and select Flow Log Monitoring. Enter your IAM role's resource name, your SNS topic's resource name, click Test, and save. The integration will transition to connected once flow log data begins streaming. When you run tests monitoring AWS-hosted applications, you'll see a new cloud layer in ThousandEyes views. This layer displays a topology map of inventory resources that match the test target. It also shows inbound traffic throughput to the cloud entry point. This lets you correlate configuration changes and operational events with their impact on application performance. For example, you can identify when a security group update affects availability or correlate increased page load times to specific clients generating an abnormal amount of traffic. Keep in mind, the cloud layer appears only for supported assets, application or network load balancers, CloudFront distributions, Global Accelerator, or EC2 instances, and only after 3 test rounds. For flow logs analysis, navigate to Cloud Insights, then Views. For AWS, you'll see 2 tabs: Flow logs for VPC data and Transit Gateway flow logs for traffic traversing transit gateways across multiple VPCs. By default, the timeline shows total throughput over the last 24 hours. Below, a traffic table provides detailed flow information. You can select metrics under Total View for an aggregate overview of all flow logs traffic, or use Stacked View for a segmented breakdown of traffic by specific resources. Filtering and grouping options let you narrow down by account, region, VPC, IP, protocol, and other attributes. The Events tab tracks configuration and operational changes across your infrastructure, so you can correlate changes with application availability and view configuration diffs. The Map tab groups your cloud resources by region and displays them on a map. That's it. AWS is now integrated with Cloud Insights, giving you inventory and traffic visibility alongside your ThousandEyes test data. With inventory and flow data combined with ThousandEyes telemetry, you can troubleshoot faster, understand impact more clearly, and gain confidence operating at cloud scale. Thanks for watching.